today I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration on Python, focusing on if statements. I'm not going to go into detail. Hopefully you've already done that. Hopefully you've been on a course, read some websites, even looked in a book. So here we go, quick reminder of if statements in Python. So you have the if statement with space followed by the condition and the colon. Anything that you want to do if that condition is true, so if it's true that tries equals 3, goes underneath it and is indented. This bit here is run outside of the if statement, so it's not part of the condition of tries being 3. So this is run anyway. If tries is equal to 0, only this line is run. If tries is equal to 2, only this line is run. If tries is equal to 3, these lines plus that line is run. In this case you have a string, so it's in quotes. This one is a number, so it's not in quotes. In this case you just have one line that you need to run. That could actually be placed on the same line as the statement, like this, if you wish. Although it is good practice to actually indent them underneath, but only if you have one line, which is quite useful for menus, would you put it on the same line as the if statement. So that's a very basic if statement. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of this now. I'm using Linux for this for simplicity. So here I've already started making a little menu system. So what I've done here is I have printed out some very basic choices: choice 1, choice 2 and quit. So that could be a backup and a restore. I've then initialized a variable choice2 empty, because it's not yet got a value, the user hasn't entered a value. And then I've said while the choice is not equal to q, colon, do all this stuff. So this is what we're focusing on here. Alright, so we're going to get the choice from the user using the raw input command. The message that you want to have displayed is in quotes inside the brackets. That's going to be stored in the variable choice. And choice is going to contain either the letter A, B, Q or something else, depending on what the user's entered. Now if the choice that they entered is equal to double equals, which is equate, equal to A, then do this. Else if, ELIF, else if the choice is equal to B, quotes because it's a letter, colon, do this, and carry on. Else is the default to do in case any other value is entered. So let's run this. Menu.py, and we have our menu here displayed, a choice 1, choice 2, Q. So let's pick A. We get a fantastic message there, choice A. Choose B, we get another great message. Choose G, don't know what you want. Back to A again, back to N again, back to B, until we press Q, which is choice Q. Let's have a little mess about with that and make it something more meaningful. Let's make it into a backup like I just said. So it could be backup the system. Okay, I'm just using the by editor because I find it quite simple. You would obviously, if you're not familiar with this, use a simpler editor like gedit. You never know, you might be quite comfortable with it. Okay, so backing up the system, obviously it would do a lot more than just say it's backing up the system, but this is making it look a little bit more sensible for you to have a play around with. So that's now the code that I have. Right, so now I'm running it. A, backing up the system. B, restoring the system. B, restoring it again. N, I've no idea. And Q to quit. So hopefully that's given you a nice little example of if, else if, else if and else. So don't forget the condition, using the double equals if it's equal, You can use exclamation mark equal if it's not equal, and then you've got quotes around letters. If it's a number, you don't need the quotes. And then you have the else statement to catch all other input. I'm going to give you another example now, a very quick password checking program, just to show you another example, and then one more where I'm going to show you Boolean operators. I'll just set that up for you. So I've typed in a program called pass.py. I'll just show you that. There it is. It's just a very simple program. It's not great because it allows you to enter the password, and you can see it on the screen. It's using raw input, storing the data into username, and then asking you for the password, storing that into password. And then it's doing an if statement but with an and. So this is where you have two conditions that must be true. So if the username is equal to test and the password is equal to test, you're in. Else, otherwise, you're not in. Need to type that in. I know it's just a demo, but I am fussy, so I do like my examples to be. Okay, so there it is. That's the code. And now let's just run it. So let me clear the screen first. So Python pass.py. So enter your username, test. That's wrong, so that won't let me in because I've got the password right but the username not right. So I've got to have both of them right for it to let me in. So if I type that again, but this time correctly, it'll let me in. And that's because I have and. Username must equal to test and password must equal to test as well. So one of them can't be true and one false. Both conditions must be true. Let's go to the example where you can have or, so one or the other. Now a good use of that will be in our menu Python, whereby you can enter a capital. So you might want to have choice is equal to A, so capital A. Now I'll only do that for one of them so that you can see it will ignore a capital B, but it won't ignore a capital A. Okay, so clear, just wanted to be tidy on the screen. So that's the code, so I've only done it for A. Alright, so Python menu.py. So this time I can choose, if I choose A, that's fine, B, so let's try them all out first. So now let's choose capital A, but let's choose capital B, and it won't know what that is, and that's because I haven't catered for a capital letter. Let's choose capital Q, again it doesn't know what I want. Okay, so it worked for A, and that's because let me just go back in, and that's because I used an or, so choice can either be lowercase a or uppercase A. Now why might you want to cater for lowercase and for uppercase? Well, that's because you need to look at the ASCII character sets. Okay, ASCII for lowercase a is different to the ASCII for an uppercase A. Look it up in Google, do Google ASCII table, you'll see that A and capital A are very different things. So you need to cater for all types of input, especially on Linux or Unix, which is case sensitive. So let me just do one more quick run of this just to prove it's all good. Okay, so just type in A, capital A, both result in the same outcome, lowercase b, uppercase B, lowercase q, that's obviously quit the system. Let's try it again, uppercase Q, well that just displays Q, and that's because, any guesses? there's one more thing we need to do. Let's have a little look at that. While the choice you've entered is not equal to a lowercase q, do all that stuff. What we want is to put also that it's not equal to an uppercase q. Now there is a thing we need to put in here. Would use and or would use or. You need to think about this. While the choice is not a lowercase q and while the choice is not an uppercase q. A lot of people would put or there and that would be wrong. Think about it. Okay, so let's now test it with, well, I'll do all the other things just to check they're all still working, and then I should have just tested the uppercase q and that's now worked. So you've just been presented with a couple of examples of if statements and their selection statements. And selection statements are where the program needs to choose a specific route through the code depending upon the input. A couple of examples here of why you might use if statements in your code. So I hope that's helped and I wish you luck with your coding.